I told my friend that none of my other friends actually liked him, and it completely devastated him. You're watching Mindsnap, where the tea is always piping hot. Okay, let's dive into this story because it's about to get wild. So, the writer, a 21-year-old woman, has a close friend named Jo, whom she's known since university. They were part of a tight-knit group of 4, including her housemates, and they all lived together throughout undergrad. Sounds like a recipe for lifelong friendships, right? But, as it often does, life had other plans. After graduation, the group dynamic started to shift. The writer's housemate, who was dating Jo at the time, broke up with him, and the writer moved in with 3 new close friends from her course. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. The writer's new housemates start planning a housewarming party, and she casually mentions it to Jo, assuming he'll be invited, just like he always was in the past. But when they start making the guest list, her housemates drop a bombshell. They don't want Jo there. And it's not just that they don't want him at the party. They've never actually liked him. They'd only included him in their social circle because he lived with the writer, and excluding him would have been rude. I literally could not believe this. The writer's housemates had been pretending to be friends with Jo for years, all while secretly disliking him. And the most shocking part? They'd never told him why they didn't like him. Instead, the writer's ex-housemate had been apologizing on his behalf for years, without Jo even knowing what he'd done wrong. It's like, how do you keep someone in the dark like that? As the story goes on, Jo starts to reach out to the group, trying to plan hangouts and events, completely oblivious to the fact that they don't actually want to spend time with him. And the writer is stuck in the middle, feeling awful for her friend, but also not wanting to hurt his feelings. But then, she decides to take matters into her own hands. When Jo asks her what's going on, she tells him the truth, that her housemates don't see him as a close friend, and that he's upset people in the past. No. Wait, this is where it gets even more dramatic. Jo is devastated, and he blocks his former friends on Instagram, feeling betrayed that they pretended to be friends with him for so long. But here's the thing. The writer feels like she did the right thing. She thinks it was kinder to tell Jo the truth, rather than letting him continue to wonder why his friends were ignoring him. Okay, I need to pause here, because this is where the story gets really complicated. The writer's housemates think she should have stayed quiet, that she should have just let Jo keep wondering why they didn't want to hang out with him. But the writer disagrees. She thinks that by telling Jo the truth, she's giving him the chance to grow and change, to become a better person. I mean, can you imagine being in Jo's shoes? Thinking you have a group of close friends, only to find out that they've been pretending to like you for years. It's like, what do you even do with that information? Do you try to change, to become a better person, or do you just give up and move on? As the writer and Jo continue to meet up one-on-one, it's clear that their friendship is still strong. But the question remains, was the writer right to tell Jo that her friends didn't actually like him? Or should she have just kept quiet and let Jo continue to live in ignorance? I literally could not believe the twist in this story. The fact that the writer's housemates had been pretending to be friends with Jo for so long, without ever telling him why they didn't like him, is just mind-boggling. And the writer's decision to tell Jo the truth, despite the potential consequences, is just so brave. No. Wait, this is where it gets even more interesting. The writer's housemates think she's wrong, that she should have just stayed out of it. But the writer thinks she did the right thing, that she gave Jo the chance to grow and change. And Jo, well, he's just trying to move on, to become a better person. Okay, I need to pause here, because this is where the story gets really real. The writer's decision to tell Jo the truth, despite the potential consequences, is just so relatable. We've all been in situations where we've had to choose between being honest or being kind. And sometimes, those two things don't align. As I'm listening to this story, I'm thinking, what would I do in this situation? Would I tell my friend the truth, even if it hurts them, or would I just stay quiet and let them continue to wonder why their friends don't like them? It's a tough question, and one that I don't think has an easy answer. But, as the story comes to a close, it's clear that the writer has made her decision. She's told Jo the truth, and now it's up to him to decide what to do with that information. And the writer, well, she's just trying to navigate the aftermath, to figure out whether she did the right thing. I'm literally on the edge of my seat, wondering what's going to happen next. Will Jo be able to move on, to become a better person? Or will he be stuck in the past, wondering why his friends didn't like him? And the writer, well, Will she be able to live with the consequences of her decision? As the story ends, I'm left with so many questions. Was the writer right to tell Joe the truth, or should she have just stayed quiet? Should Joe have been given the chance to grow and change, or was it better to just cut him out of their lives? It's a complicated situation with no easy answers. But one thing is for sure, the writer's decision to tell Joe the truth has changed everything. It's like the whole dynamic of their friendship group has been turned upside down. And now, it's up to us to decide, was the writer right or wrong? Drop your verdict below. Was this person right or wrong? Subscribe and hit the bell